reach deep waters, fall asleep and lose organs, or stay woke. Tally up at last orders if it ain't broke. Fix up and cross borders. Brand new show if you feel you can afford us. We've been without these bells ring true. Spacemen whistling a Babylon zoo. Frequently at high frequency.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We got game number 3 coming at you here on HoNcast.com. This is the quarterfinals, Team Excellent versus Team USA. The winner, again, moving on to play Team Lions here in the HoN Invitational, sponsored by you, the HoNcast subscribers. So, moving on now, Team USA. Oh, yeah. Definitely
Team USA.
USA. USA. Anyways, moving on to the lock stage here. Keeper the Force to Ophelia coming out with the bans. Warbeast Rally taken care of by Team USA, so respecting the Warbeast there. Don't want to have to deal with that again. Bassett's doing a fine job in him last game. The locking stage, Tempest, Parasite, Magnus, Deadwood, Pebbles, and Lodestone.
So, Rally staying as a continued ban, but instead of Deadwood, get to see that Warbeast as you mentioned. So, the increased value of Tempest. But there's a Parasite on the other end of things, so they can apply an aggressive strategy, which Complexity might not be afraid, or Team USA. Sorry, I keep looking at B-Kid. You're still rocking the tag, actually. Still holding onto it.
Yeah, the Complexity tag, yeah. Yeah, that definitely throws me off every now and then, too. I almost want to say Complexity still, but...
I know. And it basically is the same roster and the same makeup. Insert Zai in place of Moomiander, but yeah, they...
No longer.
Rocking it.
No longer.
So, looking forward, Master of Arms still on the board. Wild Soul not being addressed yet, and wasn't really as much of a major player in the previous game. Once again, Team Excellent doing a great job of taking advantage of the early aggression you can apply versus a Wild Soul team and making them pay for it. What else do we got on the board? The Pyromancer, the Torture. Usually not seeing the banning phase, but being strong enough to pick up. Probably going to slide right on through. Luna still having presence.
Interesting there to finish.
Out.
Team Excellent actually bans Predator, even though they were the ones that used it last game, but they don't want to give Team USA that chance here.
How's that options? Lodestone. What's actually Lodestone's in the lock pool, so he's highlighting it.
Not yet.
Have a versatile pick in that Master. Of course, there's no Ophelia, no Rally, so not going to get that abusive synergy that you sometimes see. If they were to draft him instead, might favor something to go along that might help their burst instead with that Deadwood of the Pebbles. Or maybe even a Lodestone if that's what they go with.
Just going to think about it here. But, yeah, still hard to pass up a Master of Arms, honestly. It's the utility he brings, so he can play in so many roles. There's potential throughout the game, so we'll see what they end up going with in the end. Yeah, this is the only game happening right now, with the other series already finishing, so waiting for things to get finished up here, then we'll be able to move on into our second part of today. Pharaoh is going to be the first pick. Interesting. That kind of came out of left field.
Well, it's a potential Tempest counter in case they were planning on leaving something like that behind. And they actually picked Pharaoh against SG, and I'm going to go take a look back and see what their lineup was when they went over SG with that. Okay, they had Pharaoh, Gemini, a Luna, Deadwood, Tempest. So they did still grab the Tempest in the end in spite of having the Pharaoh. Just going to have that initial initiation guaranteed and then have that follow-up mid-fight with the Tempest. So
they could have the same lineup here.
They could have the exact same lineup, depending how it goes, or maybe insert a Pebbles instead of a Deadwood. Gemini is still on the board, as well as a Luna. And with other tasty baits like that, Torture, like the Pyro, like the Master, we might see a Luna left open. We'll have to see how much they favor it.
B-Kid's going to definitely think about these first two picks. Obviously very important as far as setting a pace for this game. Diving into that extra time here. So another thing to keep in mind, this is also one of the later on games that will be seeing a lock pick, at least for a long time. Because remember, Captain's pick is going to be coming out with the introduction of HoN Season 2. So
it's going to be after the Alienware tourney, though?
Again, the lock pick still should be around for the Alienware tournament. But honestly, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about the Alienware tournament yet as far as teams and everything that are signed up for it. So interested to see how that does play out. But
Evolve, yeah.
A Luna Plague Rider is are the first two picks here.
I'm interested to follow the Plague Rider and its usage. It's a hero that when it stopped being picked up as that suicide role, teams weren't necessarily. I wasn't seeing it crushed a lot at the time yet. It just sort of just tapered off, just like that.
Yeah.
I understood why people were picking a lot of the pushing junglers, Tempest being one of them especially, and applying a lot of early pressure, especially due to the vulnerability of being ganked behind the tower. But
look at that. Look at that.
I like the Swift Blade.
Interesting.
I'm not sure how I feel about the Slither.
I mean, the combo in a lane, you got the powerful slow on top of a Swift Blade spin, so that, like, right off the bat kind of makes... But, yeah, the Slither is definitely not a pick.
There's a lot of heroes that pair well with the Swift Blade, though.
I know, yeah. That's kind of the only thing I was thinking, but...
It's not something you see.
I'm happy to see Slither. I mean, the chance we did get to see him yesterday in that trollish game that ended up falling apart, whatever, I want to see Slither back, man. I've always been a fan of the hero. I just love the idea that dot damage, the Slither ultimate has made for some great moments.
He's being played as a supporter here, though. I mean, do you really like him in that role? And
I don't like him in the support role, no. So that is a good point, actually.
If he's more of a utility support, maybe, because he actually gets some items at that point. Does put out a lot of damage at the click of it. That is the nice thing compared to, like, say, Glacial Down, where you just hit one button, ton of damage coming out. Silhouette. What is happening here?
Yeah, game's different. Again, this is game 3, so only one of these teams is going to be moving on here, and they're going crazy strats to finish things off, apparently. There's the Parasite.
They're right with the Parasite. They're like, hey, pick this Tempest.
They'll gladly take Tempest and Pebbles.
I'm just taking a moment to sort of take their lineup in.
Yeah, trying to sit here and think. Okay, so no matter who they finish off with here, I mean, it's probably going to be a Lodestone or Magnus. They could still. Well, no, they got the suicide actually in Pharaoh, so never mind.
I mean, look at their team. They do have the Tempest counter once again with the Pharaoh. It just speaks to wanting huge, crazy amounts of aggression. Deadwood definitely going to fit into the mix. Obviously, they couldn't grab the Pebbles and the Deadwood there, so something to be left open. And a lot of options here. In terms of direct stun and disable, though, they are lacking. I mean, you have to land a Deadwood Rue. I mean, they have a Pharaoh to set things up at the wall, sure, but otherwise the Slither doesn't have the direct stun. A little bit harder to set up their combos and get things going. And I'm off the bat not entirely overly excited for the way this is coming off, but that would actually be great. That's a fine suggestion. Not yet. Like you actually responded to the guy first. That's what we want. Actually, he's a good guy.
I'm gonna say I know him, so
yeah,
heard him at least. Anywho, yeah, this is gonna be interesting to see how Team Excellent brings this to the table, as far as things go. But the support Slither, he is gonna be underleveled, of course, just naturally. Means the scaling of his abilities is going to be that much less. So yeah, not a huge fan. Kind of like that Succubus. Oh, well, the Succubus even I was definitely actually somewhat of a fan of. So I guess I really couldn't say that. But not a huge fan of just where they're playing him at. I love to see the hero, but the support role definitely takes away a lot from him. So
he's
we'll see,
excellent at bouncing out heroes thanks to his passive. Instead of 1v1 trading auto attacks,
Toxicity is great.
Able to thrive.
And they actually buffed that in that Runic Ship patch. They made it now 90%, up to 90% for the duration.
I definitely feel like they had a plan for all of this, and
yeah, you'd hope so. This is not a lineup you pick, just kind of free for all. Maybe it's a bloodlust kill plan. Going around, gonna ward up the jungle quite a bit, make life difficult yet again on Riser. I don't know if they're actually gonna find anybody here. See Peter Pantam kind of chilling. I'm not going to find him in the end. Nice ward of sight placement there too. So several camps going to be blocked here right off the bat. Farrell's still hanging around. He's seeing if there's anything he can find here. Just going to cut through some trees. There's some nice pathing going on. We'll have a vote to pause now to start this game, but couldn't find anything in the jungle, so instead we'll go back to the lanes here.
Yeah.
And continue on. Speaking of lanes, I mean, how are we going to see things?
Now Slither's shaping up, moving back towards what should ultimately, I mean, you say, yeah, they could lane it with a Deadwood in mid, and perhaps they have that. So the Deadwood, he did give the pull to regen. Meanwhile, it would be pairing off against an Aluna Pebbles lane. Well, Deadwood's pretty tanky, but I don't know if you want to go up against an Aluna Pebbles with the Deadwood Slither. I'm not convinced of Slither's strength yet. It's been a while, and in playing with him lately, I guess the Poison Spray isn't as bad as I thought. It does have 625 range. Actually, for some reason, thought it was a little bit lower. Maybe they had buffed it back up a little bit. I know it does continue to grow. I'm curious to see whether he'll actually get those toxin wards or not, though, or to stick with the...
Yeah. Yeah, kind of interested to see how he does build up with that, especially again playing that support role. Yeah, I try to block out chat personally.
Yeah, I'm actually going to IC right now. IC.
The toxin wards, you know, again, especially at level 1, if anything, they're still good for, especially with the Reaver, where they kind of is one of those cases where they went halfway with the range that the toxin wards can see in terms of their visibility.
In terms of scouting, they're phenomenal. I feel like you don't feel their impact as much anymore, even when they're maxed out. And we're like, oh shit, toxin wards.
Yeah.
Definitely lost that effect for me. The other thing I was always sad about is that Slither lost the slow. I mean, he did get reverted a tiny bit. He gets up to 5% slow now. 1.25, 2.5, 3.755. But I used to miss when it was 10% all levels. I thought that made him a much stronger presence during the laning phase. Of course, he is still great, but is he great enough to warrant a pick? I need to be convinced.
Well, that's xSudi's job here, to convince you. He is worthy of the support pick here. So it is going to be the Swiftblade Slither lane mid to start things off. Pebbles and Aluna going to be their counterparts. And
okay, I was going to say when I saw that Slither when the Deadwood was still mid, I was like, don't exactly like that. I like putting Deadwood in the side lane more often so he gets those levels so he can actually be that huge snowballing factor.
Yeah,
I feel like he relies even more than a Pebbles on that early advancement. Just mention he's a phenomenal laner.
Obviously, Swiftblade has a getaway with that spin if he maybe is gone on here, but Slither not so much. I mean, and Swiftblade not really the best in terms of assisting other than spinning for offensive damage, so Slither does need to be pretty careful. You see the harassment, though. He is not afraid to trade these auto attacks, of course, and at least get in range. But once you start hitting those 2-3 marks here, for Pebbles and Aluna especially, you're starting to be a little careful.
Yeah, the Swiftblade going to be able to cover his teammate if they choose to just go all in on him.
Yeah.
I mean, Pebbles has a lot of health.
That is going to be the key. How about that? An Iron Shield purchased by Deadwood, actually, at the bottom.
Really, he's sustaining a lot of harass. Could be all right. I do something like that rarely, especially if you're taking that many auto attacks every single time. Getting that nice guaranteed block instead of having to gamble it. It's 100% instead of 60% too. You got to keep that in mind. And he is taking a ton of. I mean, this Plague Rider went boots first. He's literally low on maximum damage and just chipping away repeatedly. So in that kind of case, sure, why not? He's like, screw this.
Yeah.
It helps him win his lane, do it.
Parasite, can't forget about him, of course. People playing the Parasite has a Blood Chalice early on and continuing to go from camp to camp, so no assistance just yet by any means, but always keep him in mind, just like the Tempest. Especially in that middle lane. Slither is going to protect the Refreshment Rune top. In the meantime, Swiftblade, okay, just some harassment, but bottom rune, it is a Haste Rune. We'll see if either side looks to pick that up. Pebbles going back in, but no, going to fall back. Poison Spray coming out. Are they going to spin aggressively here? Yes, they are. Put some good damage on here. The Skeleton King.
Parasite.
But he could not get the angle, really. A little
Parasite
too aggressive.
level 3. I think if he committed and then Parasite just went with the nuke, I think by the end of the spin they may have been able to get the kill. It was a risk, though. Do you really want to lose the game over chancing it and whether or not you did the math accurately?
Yeah.
Probably not. So.
Yep, choosing not to. He does go the stats, by the way, to Swiftblade. Again, I was surprised there, but worth mentioning.
And especially in the mid here, it makes sense. He's going to be doing damage to the enemy team. It's going to be while spinning, and you can't actually crit while that's happening. Just, it's a lot due to his laning situation. Be able to cast his ultimate as well. I mean, it's level 6 now.
Swiftblade's farm 10-2 compared to an 11-5 Pebble, so at least keeping up somewhat there as far as the creep farm goes. Plague Rider in the meantime applying a lot of harassment here to Deadwood. He's going in actually. Ron Craft's going to but no, he dodges it actually. Here comes Aluna. Power throw, one more auto attack. Health potion, it's going to mitigate a little bit. No, it's not going to be enough though in the end. He will fall. Peter Pan gets credit. Look at Parasite running in. He wants to finish off Plague Rider. Can he get that leech off? Yes, he can.
Or will it?
Oh, no, he's not going to be able to dive. Zai will live. And look at Aluna now coming back in.
3 more seconds. Still has another nuke. Going to get inside the siege unit, though. That'll be enough. Everything going wrong for Derek. They kind of manned up with the Aluna sneaking on by. Excellent, excellent rotation from Peter Pan down there. And Aceryn being his best friend at the moment. See what he'll get here.
Yeah, obviously if you're a Swiftblade and Slither in this case, you know Aluna was bottom, so that's where you try to take advantage. But Not able to get any kills by any means. I'm sure B-Kid was playing pretty safe himself because of what was going on. And Regen Room going to be given a Plague Rider, so he'll just use that and go back into the lane.
I feel like, I don't know, if I had to take my pick between even Alonia and this other support, I'd probably go for the Alonia.
Yeah.
Just looking at it in terms of other ones that we don't see that often, just able to...
Just out of range right there. They're going for another kill. Minotaur stun. It will connect right here. They don't have to slow though, other than the toxicity, and it's easily going to be enough. That is a good power right there. Even with missing the initial poison spray, a good job by Parasite coming in with a Minotaur stun, and then Swiftblade spin just a little too powerful. So, well played right there.
So hopefully they keep utilizing those the Parasite rotations, getting the kills. Parasite this game not leveling up the Infest all the way, going for the more aggressive Leech, which used to be the standard for a long time until, say, the Strength of SG and popularizing the Max Infest build.
Yeah, Chessie.
For the leveling. Meanwhile, Plague Rider caught out of position here.
The Tornado, man.
It's just for the initial slow. It was just for the initial slow, and then he's going to try to leech him and then allow the Deadwood to get up, but...
Yeah. A little quick Swiftblade in the meantime, taking the stun. The Tempest Ultimate is going to be used. No, it's not out just yet. There's a Tempest Ultimate. Says you ain't going nowhere, Swiftblade, and it will be enough for the kill. Pebbles needs to be a little careful, actually. He doesn't finish him off right away. He was going for Slither. Swiftblade nearly sneaks out of there. But in the end, he does fall on Pebbles. The dot damage is strong, but it's not strong enough in the end.
The timing horrible, though, for them. But meanwhile, they are going to get a counter kill onto the Plague Rider. So in the end, not the worst thing I was going to say. His timing was horrible because Parasite just got done trying to go for a kill on him. Wasn't there to respond. And also, Bassett's
sniped him.
Yeah, with the rocket. So
nice.
Pretty awesome. That's something to keep in mind is that ultimate from Slither oftentimes is even low. You can't finish him up with that rocket coming on in.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate you don't get experience, though.
Yeah, you don't, but still, kill is definitely a kill. I mean... And on top of that, too, another thing you mentioned with the poison burst, it is non-lethal, so it could take you a little bit down at one life. It won't actually kill you, though. But obviously, yeah, with the Tormented Soul, if you can assist with that for that global presence, then you'll be able to guarantee it. So that is going to be the idea. Beacon dying right there, definitely having him slow down. Brodex 5 level playing the Swiftblade. Even with that death, he's definitely coming along fairly nicely. Overall, though, we haven't really talked about her much, but look at Silhouette. Silhouette is having a great time here at the top lane. 320 gold per minute. And actually, looking to apply some good pressure here. Bottom lane in the meantime, Plague's bouncing around. It does get the kill on a Deadwood. Watching the top action push in, and sure enough, Plague Rider gets a solo kill.
Yeah, this is the most part about it is a solo kill.
Yeah.
Any step would just over eager. And able to use his Willowmaker, so... It all comes down to that point where a Luna rotate. If that wasn't the case, we'd be looking at a Deadwood that's sitting a lot more healthy in the lane. Even though they got the counter kill with the Parasite gank on the Plague Rider, it was a little bit too late at this point.
Yeah.
Ghost Marcher's now picked up by this Plague Rider, really favoring that mobility. Able to put out better harass as well. Uh-oh.
Silhouette in the top lane. Leech comes out. The face, I got everything. The Hellfire going to be using. Well set up right there from Team Excellent. You could tell that was coming for a little bit with the port from Parasite. And they played it off very well. Not much Trough could have done right there.
That range is pretty damn instant and fast.
Good execution on their part. You see Parasite's going to stick in the Hellborn jungle for now, see if he can maybe harass Tempest a little bit here. Deadwood, though, being level 6, you're talking about that, how he's come back now, and so Plague Rider will need to be obviously weary of that.
Yeah, but he'll need more than just a... well, actually, only at 682 health. If he gets the level is Deadwood right now, level 6.
Yeah.
So should be able to drop him. But Plague Rider's staying way back. He has those Ghost Marchers, of course, and now he actually picked up a Fortified Bracer. He's at level 7, or perhaps some assistance to drop him.
Man, if Parasite had a better minion there, he had a Vulture Lord, he tried to come in for a gank on a Pebbles. Actually got the Cyclone out, but it wasn't enough. And actually now Swiftblade in a little bit of trouble. Power Throw comes out. He didn't chuck Swiftblade, though. And there's the spin coming out. Will it be enough for the kill? No, and a haste rate activated by Pebbles. Poison Spray is going to completely miss, but that was because Pebbles juke it away. So Swiftblade stays alive, and he's actually going to port back to base before anything further happens.
Yeah, the spray was more cover fire than anything. Yeah. Pebbles did have the haste rate, so wouldn't have really slowed his approach. Getting the tower kill. Meanwhile, after creating some distraction and leave Deadwood frustrated here on the bottom lane.
Yeah. Just going back in, just keeping the lane pushed up. But Zai actually going to be stacking the Ancients now in the meantime. Get that ready for our Silhouette, maybe even the Pebbles later on, or just as a team, really. Ring of Sorcery is finished by Riser. Again, he's, as usual, his jungle was locked down a bit by wards and whatnot, but he's managed to come along very nicely here. And has most certainly recovered, even assisting in the middle lane with the ultimate earlier. Farrell's also continuing to roam around. Bassett's now looking for a chance either in the middle or bottom lane. He runs right on a ward side.
They do have a numbers advantage.
Yeah, they see him.
How about seeing Trowel playing that Silhouette, by the way? An old favorite of his, but
yeah,
I haven't seen him play it for a long time.
He better go Nullstone Portal Key.
That's true. If he, I mean, look, he already has the life tube. If he doesn't go Nullstone Portal Key, there's something wrong in this world, because we used to see Silhouette literally, it seemed like every single game, and you know how it was. It's, I don't know why he's not going Nullstone Portal Key and
Shield Breaker, the Shrunken Head, yeah.
It's, so Trowel going to show us how it's done here.
Obviously, things have changed. And oh, nice sidestep right there. And actually, turnaround kill attempt. One more auto attack. Not going to be enough. Well played, though, by Podex 5 level. Not only dodging a kill attempt from the Hellboard side, but nearly got a counter kill. We do have a Pharaoh Rocket. It was used. I don't know if I'm keeping my eye on Pebbles. I don't think it's going to be coming anytime soon. There's another one coming up here. Kind of wonder if he's going to look to use it. In the meantime, though, Parasite actually jumping in onto a Luna right here. Swiftblade trying to run up. Not getting close enough, though. No Tormented Soul still used. Silhouette in the background, but here comes Tempest, and Swiftblade realizing he overstepped his boundaries big time
saw what
here.
Just happened, right?
No, I didn't then. What happened?
Elemental Void.
Oh, he canceled it. Wow. And actually, Plague Runner gets caught here by Pharaoh. He doesn't have a Plague Goo to use, or he does! No, he does not, actually. And we'll go down. I thought he might have casted at the last second. Oh, was still on cooldown. Okay, so yeah, Elemental Void was used.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right.
Completely wasted on nothing. Lucky for him, it wasn't really during too crucial a moment, but oy oy.
Huh.
Yeah, I heard the sound effect. And I'm like, I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with that skin. I'm not used to that one, obviously, so I didn't see the actual main one come out. Pharaoh is going to be taken out there in the middle lane. Still there doing all that he could, but not enough in the end.
The other thing, I watched the entire thing too. During that mid-fight, bottom lane, there was an engagement between the Deadwood and the Plague Rider. Plague Rider actually wound up using his ultimate once again to try to kill the Deadwood. Brought him down low, but unlucky bounces for the Plague Rider this time, and Deadwood skirted on out.
Yeah, that's why it's on cooldown then.
Yeah.
So I'm going to that fight. Good job right there. That was a pretty chaotic fight, but in the end, you know, we are looking at a 5-4 hero kill lead for Team Excellent, but the stats are in favor of Team USA at the same time.
Hero kills can be misleading. That doesn't matter. You want to look at the resources and the team composition. Certain team compositions with a certain amount of resource gain, you're like, that works, and otherwise it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Parasite, once again, actually the Grasp going to miss here, and that's going to be the deciding factor.
Yep.
Plague Rider. Set free.
Can't be happy with that. I mean, they was definitely setting up for an easy kill, but unfortunately, just the rotten grass just not angling enough to catch it. And like as you said, gets free right there. Silhouette in the meantime at the top lane. You see Pharaoh wants to try to position himself to get another initiation, but without support, probably not going to be picking up a kill. Luna runs into Parasite, but they're going to go for a counter. Now Power Throw does hit. Stalagmites connect as well. There's the Chuck. Is this going to be enough? The Leech, he tried to get a turn kill, but not going to happen. So good pick off there. Peter Pan down actually getting credit for the kill. And again, Silhouette does have that sustainer, the steam boots, so.
Haystrunes is setting up big plays all game so far.
Yeah, right. That went on Pebbles there. Allowing him to get close enough. So yeah, Silhouette not going the Energizer route, though.
Well, he's getting the early farm, and his team's doing fine without the early advance, so that's all right.
Yeah.
It's where you need to be involved more early and apply that pressure that you could look into it, but a game like this where he's content to farm and his team has had 3,000 gold, 4,000 experience, there's no rush.
Yeah. Yeah, the different style of build, we see the Energizer into the Searing Light. Seems like that's been popping in a couple Silhouettes lately, but you see Trolf sticking to the roots. Going at least Millstone first here. Middle lane, Pebbles, he might be in a little bit of trouble. Spin coming up for Silhouette on top of that Poison Spray. Luna doing what she can. There is a Swift Slash ready. There's the toxicity or the Poison Burst coming out right there. But it can't get out. The Swift Slashes on him in time. Meanwhile, though, Tempest going to be jumped on in the background. Chuck going to be used. Slither will fall. The Plague is bouncing around. Down goes Parasite by Tempest. Also going down on top of that. So a 1-for-1 exchange between those two. Pharaoh's going to put the Mummy Walls up. and he will be fine. This fight's still going, actually. Swiftblade is going to take out a Luna. Play going to try to finish off Swiftblade. Another spin, though. A lot of damage going to come out. Will it set up the kills? The question. Down goes Swiftblade. Zai's going to hold his ground. Knows he can't do much more.
Oh, the mana battery.
Oh, my God. Oh! Zai gets the freaking hat trick. Are you kidding me? And now I'm getting Skype calls for some reason.
He knew because of the slow that he actually had the advantage there at the shield. He had the attack speed advantage on him, and he wound up taking the kill. Meanwhile, Silo was not even there, farming the top lane, able to do his thing while his team cleans up. How about that Swiftblade spinning around too, man? How close was that?
Man, I mean, I thought for sure that was going to set up a turn kill at least, but nope, it did not. Another very chaotic fight right there between the two teams. And actually ends up with just big plays from Zai coming out, finishing off the hat trick. And I'm sure the crowd going wild from that. He finishes his tablet of command. Thanks, man. The crowd in person here going crazy. Swiftblade, you know, he's had an up and down game himself. He's 2-2-3. He's sitting at 260 gold per minute right now. And, you know, it's showing his items. He's had to do a lot of build-up with the mana battery, the Mystic Vestments here. So still not really able to work towards his first priority item even necessarily. But doing what he can to get there at least. That is a big deal, though. Portal Key status, 1,220 gold saved up on Deadwood, so he's getting there, but still a ways off of it. Outside of that, not too much else to refer to. See Silhouette, 1,600 gold saved up. Pebble's also working towards that Portal Key, but he too is now a little bit ways off. Tempest level 11 here. Risers again recovered nicely. 11, 300 plus gold per minute for himself.
You look at the counterpart Parasite there, still a little bit away from a Codex. He's been trying to keep active here and hold down the Hellborn team, but it just hasn't been paying out for him. Just a couple of missed opportunities and well-timed rotations on Complexity's end, making it difficult for him. Some people are like, oh, you need to get this amount of farm on your jungler by, 12 minutes or else you're failing. It's not about that. It's all about the relative resource spread. And in a game like this, it might be okay if Parasite was 220 if he managed to hold the Hellborn team down. Of course, there's a lot more to the story than that. And
yeah.
If he wanted to play a safe farming Parasite and get that 12-minute Codex he could have, but you have to wait whether you want to gank or farm. Pebbles now invis and going to find a Pharaoh isolated. Pharaoh having 1,300 health, though, with Vestments and Striders. Not sure if that's his target of choice.
Yeah, I don't think he's getting kills. He's scouting up for his team because look at that. They're moving in. He wants to set this up for his team if possible, but they're both kind of falling back, doing some stacks.
You should stay on him. He keeps walking back, but in case his team was to converge, but they're not. They're not moving through the woods, so.
Yeah. Not going to find it. However, we'll see if they maybe collapse. Meanwhile, the top lane, Silhouette's like, okay, I'll just do my own thing up here. Takes up the top tower. Pharaoh's in a lot of trouble. He does have a port coming in. He's going to be the one to first go in, though. Plague is going to be gone on. Here come the TPs. The Hellfire's applied. Nice stun on the Swiftblade, though, in the background. Going to buy some time. Rotten Grasp, but is going to miss. And that'll be the end of that. You see Pebbles in the background. He says sayonara. He ports out, so he is not going to be in this fight right here. Actually, he ported to the tower. He is ready to go. Parasite chops in, but at what cost right here? Pew's in trouble now. Deadwood going to be stunned in the background by Luna. See the Meteor going down right there, so a lot of just in-your-face, back-and-forth action. No kills just yet, though. And that probably will stall the fight in the end. Looks like it is, actually.
Pharaoh went in, didn't use the mummy walls in the end. Like he didn't want to actually commit to that fight.
Yeah.
I think he had the mana for it, being only 50. I'm pretty sure he was around the 60 mark. But, yeah, in the end. Is it also now completed, by the way?
Yeah, I think I just saw the pattern. Oh, look.
Now a split pushing power becomes that much stronger.
Yeah. That is big right there.
What'd you want to look at?
Well, a Swiftblade, he spun to pick up the hasten right here, right in front of the Hellborn team, and then he hasted out with still spinning. It just looked funny. A good tactic there by Swiftblade. He actually goes all the way to the top lane to pick up his farm, continuing to do so. Again, he's been kind of delayed in terms of where he's trying to go. Still looking for that answer of what he's going to be doing. And Energizer on him also could be very good, especially going to Steam Boots. But
yeah, but he's competing against Silhouette now that has also building damage items. There's the jump they needed.
Yeah, Tempest dropping already. Silhouette also with a lot of trouble. Going to trigger out forward, but the dot damage and everything else going to be enough. So a big jump indeed coming out for Team Excellent. They do not even need Swiftblade. Huge, huge couple of kills right there.
All of a sudden, things looking up. Important kill on the carry of Silhouette, who recently with an also purchase can't be on the map now for 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to buy up. Never mind, it's actually porting back. He ports to the bottom lane, however. He didn't want to push that lane by himself. He's going to let the creeps do some work. Instead, he'll port bottom and pick up farm down there on the actual creeps.
Better to split the farm with his teammates as well. He has other people in mid, and maximizing resource control there to take advantage of the time that Silhouette and Tempest are dead.
Pharaoh's going to take some harassment. Pharaoh's built nicely. Bassett's has had a pretty solid game himself. He's definitely been involved. And there's a Helm of the Black Legion and Mystic Vestments. You know, Barbed Armor on him could also be another nice addition here.
Now, especially going against the Plague Rider bounces, too. If he's unfortunate enough to have it revisit you a couple times, you're pretty much killing the Plague Rider alone with that Barbed.
2,500 gold now saved up on Swiftblade, and actually he might be in some trouble here. He just spun to take out the creep wave. And look at this, Pebbles and a Luna collapsing. Yep, there's a Pebbles jump right there. The combo coming out. The red power throw, I'm guessing, is going to come through. Not just yet, actually. The stun comes out, and they're going to actually start running. They got some TPs to be used, so maybe that's anything they were going for. Pebbles has a portal in 2 seconds. With slashes, maybe. Nope, not going to go for it. Off to the side, that's a fake Silhouette. Okay. And even face hugged him. Oops. That was a mistake. Not the longest cooldown, though. So no kills actually happening from that. Portakey Deadwood, though, by the way.
Yeah, the nice thing about this Legion team is outside of the Slither ultimate, when he's playing the support anyway, it's overall, there's no big cooldowns they have to wait for. There's not the Keeper ultimate. There's not the Tempest ultimate. They can keep up that aggression if they're able to find. He just finished the Energizer, and that is good, but once again, Silhouette, I should say, does already have his first major item in a Nullstone while he's still picking up his Energizer, so he has a lot of ground to cover still.
It's definitely a step ahead, even more. But he did pull up a lot of gold to get the Energizer. Already has another 1,400 gold saved up, of course, so we'll see where he goes from there.
He with the Codex, level 2.
Is that level 2 already? Yeah, geez.
Switching over to the Striders. Leftover gold.
All right, so him with a Portakey Deadwood, as I mentioned, is also level 11. This is prime time right here to get some big kills if your team excellent. That's for sure.
Yeah, no one's looking too insane in the Hellborn side of things just yet, and they do have a counter to this Tempest. Actually, a couple of counters to the Tempest as the game goes on.
Yes, they do. Parasite going to lead the way here in the middle lane, so they're continuing to be of assistance. He did go the 1 level in the Toxin Ward, by the way, for the scouting purposes. Chose to max out the Poison Screen first. Bottom tower going to be destroyed right there. Riser actually getting credit on Tempest. It's a good push coming out from Team USA. Taking advantage of the map where it's at right now. Pebbles at his own Portakey, of course. Continue to look for opportunities. Silhouette trying to find one right there, so they're off to the side. But the whole team is collapsing. Silhouette, she doesn't have her illusion up just yet. Okay, never mind. That's a fake one right there. She actually did just use it. I was looking at somebody else. Anyways, they deny the tower. And at least they get that positive out of it. So good job by Team Excellent. This game has started off with just a lot of chaotic action. It's definitely slowed down a little bit here.
Well, yeah, both of them playing a lot more careful. I don't expect that it'll last for long, though. They definitely have the makings of a very aggressive team, and highlighted by their item pickups as well on the Legion side. So right here, we could see the deciding fight of the rest of the game. Silhouette applying that harass. Has the tree grapple applied. There's the Pebbles coming in.
Uh-oh, Deadwood. Here's the Canada. Pharaoh comes in. The Hellfire. The Mummy Wall is going to go up. It's hitting several heroes in the meantime, though. The Toxicity Burst already out right there. The Poison Burst even. Swiftblade going to be locked in by that Tempest ultimate. Does he have the Swift Slash? He does. He finally gets it off, but it's not going to matter. He's bouncing around and creeps. He'll die in the end. They do pick up Pebbles, but a hat trick coming out for Silhouette right there. He's going to go for the quad kill, and he's not going to get it, but they take out Slither nonetheless.
Good luck coming back from that one, man.
Yeah.
That seemed to be the fight. Of course, Elemental Void is now down. Pharaoh tried to save his teammate hooking in there. Wound up getting some decent mummy balls, but just mummy walls, excuse me, just not soon enough. And in the end, team.
Yeah.
That fight without really breaking a sweat. I like the initiative there by Pebbles.
Yeah, had a big opportunity, no doubt, on the Deadwood right there, and took it, and before you know it, fights in favor of USA, and you see what happens as a result of that. They push the secondary tower, and now they're going to start falling back. Silhouette, he is still hanging around, but he does have the illusion of swap to, of course. So he's going to do a little bit of damage, and actually he gets the face like used on the illusion. Again, it's a short cooldown, but still.
Yeah, of course, he doesn't care. He's use it for the damage. 45 seconds. It's not going to be a fight in that window because, as you know, 120 seconds now for Tempest's ultimate. During this time, they just will split push, something that Silhouette's very effective at. They're actually going to catch him out here, but they won't have the damage, will they? I mean,
he does have the nullstone there. That's going to help.
How about the man up? They're actually baiting him out now. Yeah, I was going to say Silhouette's only going to take as much damage as Silhouette wants to take.
Yeah. At
that point, and now with that kill, portal key picked up. There's that nullstone portal key. Are we going to see a shrunken head next or not? Or are we going to see something more like a damage pickup? There's something like that could be a shield breaker.
Yeah.
And, well, now Silhouette can very aggressively farm the lanes from the map and just buy time until Tempest ultimate is up.
Pharaoh's in trouble. He goes right for Slither action with that double damage and gets the kill. Pharaoh just like, I can't do much more. The Hellfire activated. That didn't scare them off.
Always like, give the Hellfire action. I'm just going to go for a different target. How about I just burst down the Slither? That sounds a lot better here.
Yeah, that was huge. Elder Parasite on Swiftblade, so he's really trying to get that damage output going. You see right here, he's going to spin on top of Pebbles, actually. Oh, but there's actually team support nearby, so now Swiftblade needs to be careful here. Pebbles doesn't have the most mana, though. Only really has
can pretty much just right-click him at this point while he's spinning and completely demolish him. So right there, thanks to the Tempest minions last fight breaking, the pretty much absorbed most of the Swift Slashes as well.
Ooh, nice cut up by Trophador, but now he's going to be gone on with the counter. Actually, he's in a little bit of trouble right here. The illusions come up, but they will counter kill Swiftblade, so Trough getting a little too ahead of his teammates there, and he ends up getting picked off. Definitely the communication not on the same level with the two.
He tried to use that split too, hoping the illusion might spawn on the other side of things, or just in the mummy walls as well. Not able to get out there, so yeah, definitely jumping in way too far. Excellent response, and well, it's gonna buy a little bit more time for them. We'll see. I don't think that pickoff is the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Still, it's a pickoff on target they definitely needed to kill.
Yeah, it's if anything something necessary for Excellent to start coming back here. Luna's gonna slowly make her way to the top lane. I was gonna say that whoever's TPing in there might not want to, and for their sake, they do cancel it because they were gonna be gone on as soon as they came in. So a free tower kill on top of that for Team Excellent as well. Things continuing to look pretty good for them. We got Swiftblade right here, another 1,800 gold saved up, so the other Parasite purchase, and now his next item is in line here. Still uncertain of exactly what that may be, but we'll have to wait and see. Silhouette ports to the top lane. She's going to farm up here. Pharaoh might need to be careful. Okay, he's going to start falling back before. Pebbles jumps in. Stalagmites do connect. He gets the mummy walls up, though. Tree Grapple goes out. Pharaoh was pretty damn tanky here. I don't know if he's going to be tanky enough, though. He says chuck on his Silhouette, the final auto attack. And Trough will get credit for the kill in the end. So Bassett's trying to stay alive. He's trying to stay up there a little too long. Ends up losing his life as a result. Plague Rider continuing to push out the bottom lane in the meantime. 3,000 gold saved up on Riser, by the way. And the Tempest, so getting ever so close to that shrunken head. There's a Firebrand purchased by Swiftblade, too. So he's going to pick that up now. On top of the other Parasite and Energizer here. We'll see what he sells. Yeah, I assume the mana battery. Okay. Just going to get rid of that to replace it. Codex, it is level 3 currently on Parasite. He actually has enough for another level, but may actually go for Portal Key now or something else. Instead, of course. 28 minutes in here. Again, the winner of this game is going to move on to play Lion Esports Club in the in what is the semifinals. Yeah, their semifinals already set up. Too Much Sugar taking on Internet Gangsters. So we're going to be down to 4 teams after this match is finished here. And the HoN Invitational, sponsored by the HoNcast subscribers. Kongor attempt coming out right here. Double damage rune is on Silhouette. This is not a prime time to be fighting. Silhouette jumps right in right there. Can he port on the time? Yes, he can, of course. He'll port to the illusion. Ain't going to be fine. Ported pretty much right away, actually, it looks like. At full life still. But Excellent does not want to give up a free Kongor.
Taken away.
Yeah.
No, they don't want to give away the free Kongor, but well, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen Swiftblade come back from pretty big hole. I like to always go back to that DreamHack game. I think it was DreamHack Winter of TTES versus QSQ. They're down about 18K, 20K in the hole.
Yep.
Pulled themselves out of a pretty disastrous situation.
It was a hell of a comeback for sure.
Were you just looking at that the other day?
I was. Definitely was. Maybe even going to be Honcast history on it. Who knows?
Is that a little bit of a foreshadowing? I mean,
maybe.
Okay, so you're working on the video. I got it.
I'm working on the video, yes.
All breaky.
All me. Having fun with Payman again. You see Team Excellence kind of moving around here, seeing if they can get another nice pick for them. You see that's something that is going to benefit them here, especially with their makeup and what they're dealing with, getting those hero picks. Well, Swiftblade actually taking a free set of elementals there. Silhouette did finish off the shield breaker, by the way, so he does end up going the trio of the Nullstone Portal Key shield breaker. Mummy Ball.
I know what you're doing, chat. I know what happened 6 minutes ago. I know what you're doing right now, by the way. I don't even need to read the chat. I've been watching the timer ever since that happened.
Waiting. Counting down to the time. Ooh, bottom lane. Nope, that's just an illusion. The real one's there, but Parasite may be going a little too deep right here. Needs to be careful, actually. He's taking a lot of counter damage. He's already all into this. Pew got a little too tunnel vision on Aluna. He ends up getting picked off, and that could be the cue to set up a Congo kill now. Unless he buys back, he does have buyback, but 4 versus 5, you are not going to try to stop this. So, oh, he does buy back. Okay, you're defending if your team excellent here with that buyback.
With that buyback, you're making a point that they know that if they get the token there, they're going to win the game. You want to try to make something happen, but Deadwood's going back to base. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. It's tough to watch.
Oh no! So Deadwood's not even here. You're fighting 4 versus 5 anyway. Swiftblade gets jumped right off the bat and he dies. Oh, it's just disastrous here for Team Excellence. So many bad things adding up.
And they wanted to try to make something happen. They're giving away the token now. I don't know if they'll call in the GG votes just yet. I feel like if they
had
the mummy balls on the initiation there, that it could have been a different case. Instead, he opted to use the mummy walls, and it's honestly that's the first mistake.
Now there's the temp
from there on out.
Oh, the Plague! Oh, that's gonna hurt. Pharaoh did get the token of life, by the way. Holy crap! Actually, some big plays happening right there. Oh, we're going on a sidetrack, but Bassett's the mummy balls aren't big enough. He is gonna fall in the end. He tried to man up there. Another hat trick coming up for Zai. Parasite barely lived through all of that, even after the buyback. And in the end, okay, so they're not going to have to deal with the token. Again, they did burst down Silhouette. They managed to do so. And actually, do we have that 5-5 chance? The Congo? Yeah. See if we can pull it up here, because, you know, it's obviously we got a little bit sidetracked there. I would be curious to kind of watch that back again.
Let's take a look.
And see actually exactly what happened there on that fight. Okay, so it looks like we got it right here for you guys. Let's take a quick look. Okay, so here's the Congo. They burst. Okay, so Swiftblade's like, I'm dead right off the bat. So right now it's a 3 versus 5 because, again, Deadwood's not even here.
And then it's just like, well, let's try to get the token or something. Let's just do something.
So how do they burst down Silhouette? You see Silhouette right there. Deadwood jumped in. Okay, so he finally joins them.
Yeah, exactly.
Finds Silhouette and then bursts her down. Right as Conquer dies, Pharaoh sneaks in there and picks up the token.
Unfortunately, Pebbles initially forced back. They didn't actually finish it there, right?
No. Yeah, he does come back.
It's close, but...
Good attempt, honestly, for Team Access, especially with so many things that went wrong off the bat. Actually fought it pretty well, but obviously it wasn't to be in the end. And even without a token of life to deal with, it's still quite the deficit now that they're going to have to overcome here.
Yeah, just Team USA has a firm grip on this game right now. Not really going to be letting it go anytime soon.
Solo. Think of what I'm thinking. No. Never mind.
Of course not.
Level 1 Shield Breaker is still on Silhouette. Curious to see when he gets that level 3 here. I think it's going to be soon. Swiftblade, 2,400 gold saved up, so he's pulling up quite a bit here once again. Obviously buyback also important, but again, you're in a case of is buyback the best option here. Or do you just want to go all out? I think I just saw a Shrunken Head. There's one on Tempest. Silhouette didn't go Shrunken Head, did she? No, it wasn't her. So that must have been Tempest Shrunken Head. So pop over here on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, the top lane Plague Runner gets the Plague off. He's going to go for a counter kill, and he actually may get it on a Deadwood. No, he'll barely live, but now Pharaoh's going to fall in the end. Silhouette comes in at the last second to even clean up the kill. You see the chase is now on Deadwood. He's going to go clear cut through the trees, though. And I believe he's going to be finding the endless Plague Runner somehow. Look at the tablet in. Oh my God, can he actually chase him?
How much longer does he have on his clear cutting?
Oh, no, he nukes him instead. Babbles actually jumps in and Slither. He ends up taking the bait.
The rundown big enough, and meanwhile they actually did kill him in the end. Peter Pandem.
What died?
Peter Pandem and beat the Deadwood.
Oh, Deadwood did die, yeah.
Wow. He got dropped.
He did.
Good old PPD there. Dropping him to the plate. Showing no fear and spinning on the creep wave for approximately half a second. Or wait.
Realizing that ain't going to happen. So Team USA, you got to think they're just a matter of a little bit away now from pulling through here in game number 3. Team Excellent doesn't seem to have much fighting power left. You see the Frostburn finish on Swiftblade. So obviously no buyback on him. They're going to have to wait for Resurrection, so they're easily going to lose a set of racks here, excuse me. As actually they jump Swiftblade. This is a risky move. There's a Tempest ultimate. The Swift Slash is bouncing around, but Pharaoh's been locked in the Plague on top. Swiftblade will fall as soon as the Swift Slashes end. They only got the kill on Pebbles. GG well plays are being called. You see the Slither ultimate. Not going to matter, though. And that is going to do it for game number 3. So Team USA will advance on here in the bracket stage. And they're going to be taking on Lion Esports Club, who again was waiting for them patiently.
Yeah, that's actually the game that we'll be casting next, am I right?
According to the schedule, I believe that is what it's set up to be.
All
so
right,
again,
we'll
both
see.
semifinal matchups, great matchups, and I think that's the one we're going to be covering here. Coldcast going to be doing the other one, of course, when it comes down to it, as far as the coverage is concerned. So yeah, looking forward to having some fun finishing things off here for what is the bracket stages for day number 3 here in this event. We got the semifinals, and then of course tomorrow we're going to go to the finals and finish off casting with that. So. Again, another congratulations to Team USA for taking it 2-1. Before we move on here, though, we do have, I guess it's kind of an announcement at this point. I mean, not really anymore.
It's a late announcement, I suppose. I mean, it was the timing as best it could be, but...
I'll let you take it away. So what's going on, Emperor? What's going on?
I'd like to take time to tell you guys I'm going to be moving on here from my position at HoNcast, and... it's sad to me, but I'm going to be staying in the HoN scene. I'm moving over to Thailand to forge a new team over there. I'll be recruiting 4 other Thai players initially and challenging Nova in his quest out there to
challenging stomping
Nova.
His face in.
Stomping his face. I'm sure we'll be trading partners as well out there, but I'll be attempting to do what he does, attempting to do it better. So going to take the crush and bring it out to Thailand. It's just an awesome opportunity I had to go out there and make something happen. Honestly, I'm going to miss it here. It was a fantastic opportunity to come here to HoNcast, and left behind a lot back at home to make this step, and I'm having to leave things behind again to move forward. But it's just a natural progression. I would really deeply regret it if I didn't take this opportunity to follow this course, and it's something that I just feel like I have to do.
It's a big opportunity, no doubt, and I definitely wish you the best of luck. I don't want to say goodbyes just yet.
We're not done yet.
We're not done yet.
No, this isn't time for goodbyes.
No goodbyes yet. We'll have the awkward hug and everything later on. But wanted to get that out of the way because, again, obviously you made the Facebook post and everything. It's out there by now.
It's not a troll. This is happening.
It is actually happening.
Reputation on the line for it, so...
So you're going to Thailand. You're going to be doing basically what Nova is doing as well over there.
Essentially,
do you have more details for us? I mean,
I do. Basically, I'm leaving this Saturday. I'll be getting there Sunday night. On Monday, I already have the application process open. A bunch of Thai players are sending in applications. I'll be filtering through them, selecting a group of them to come out then for personal interviews at the Shooter Cyber Cafe in Thailand on July 22nd. That's Monday, and going through the process that soon. From there on out, I'll be composing my team, and it's something that we'll be trained together 5 days a week in a training house, and gonna go extremely hard. Attempt to take over the scene as much as we can. I hope to, you know, in the end, it's not about, there are certain requirements. I mean, they have to hit a certain skill cap. There's an MR rating, but I'm willing to, you know, train players up who might not have as much experience out there and make some magic happen. I'm going to hope to bring more content between the two scenes as well. Hopefully, being a first-hand correspondent of the Thai scene, I can help bring you guys more coverage of what's going on over there, as well as in the SEA region, and interact with you guys as much as possible over here. If there's podcasts that bring you first-hand news, as well as the fact vice versa, I can bring to them more knowledge and more of the intelligence of what's going on here in the international scene. Help it connect, help their strategy grow as a result, and hopefully just bolster the Heroes of New Earth scene as a whole.
And there's no doubt a lot we can learn from them as well over there. I mean, clearly they're doing some great things over there. They have some big tournaments. I mean, they know what they're doing, especially you know, when it comes to those events, and it's going to be a fun experience, man. So
you know what they say in Thailand? It's not bullshit, by the way. I was over there. I saw it firsthand, and as well as from first-hand correspondence over there. HoN is the biggest MOBA out in Thailand. Out Dota 2, and out
crazy, man.
League of Legends. It is by far the biggest MOBA in Thailand. Let me put it this way. I was at a LAN center in Thailand, 3 floors huge. Every computer, everyone there on everything was just playing Heroes of New Earth. That's it. And then every few shops, there's a new LAN center, Heroes of New Earth advertised on the front. It is big over there.
It's great. You know, I can vouch for that, too. Obviously, we were over there for the GSL, and it was an amazing experience. So, yeah, definitely wish you the best luck. We're going to definitely have a lot of fun following that. Obviously, the other side of it, though, you know, it's going to be sad seeing you leave. But I want to also clarify what the plans are for that. So, now, just to say right off the bat, this was a fairly quicker. I mean, it definitely this process has been moving along pretty quickly.
When I woke up last Friday, this wasn't even the plans or in the books. I mean, honestly, things developed very quickly.
All of a sudden, it kind of came up. So, obviously, from our side of things as well, as far as there's always been a lot of speculation as far as replacement and everything goes for the co-cast for HoNcast. We're definitely we're looking into it. We don't have any direct answers right now. The best I can give you right now is actually we were able to work something out where you may know him, Beef of Complexity Cast. We actually are going to be flying him out here. I believe it's on July 26th, so this next Friday, the following Friday, just before the HoN Tour qualifiers. And so he's going to be casting the HoN Tour qualifiers with myself here from the studio, as well as whatever events may come up for that next week. He's going to be out here a week, but I want to stress too, that's also just for the sake of helping us right now. It's not a permanent change by any means. It's not him going to be the absolute new co-caster by any means. We're going to see how things work out. We're going to bring him out and just have fun. And again, he's doing his part to help fill in and be a great help that he's always been for the HoN scene. So
I gotta give a lot of credit and shouts to Beef too, man. When I started casting, even it was alongside Beef before ultimately joining you here on HoNcast. So right now he runs an amazing one-man show, puts in a ton of hard work, and
so I'm looking forward to that, obviously. I know he is as well, to that opportunity. So, again, that's where we stand now. As far as the actual future co-caster of HoNcast, there's still a lot more information on that to come in the future. Again, we're still definitely figuring things out behind the scenes, and we'll hopefully have more information for you as these days and this next week or so moves on here. But, ladies and gentlemen, so that's where things stand. So now you know a little more information even. And again, it's happening quick, but it's definitely happening, and can't wait to see how things play out with that. So
that's right. So
yeah, it's a big
time for goodbyes, though. We'll say the goodbyes later.
Not yet.
Not ready.
The tears are coming. I gotta hold them back, though. Not yet. No, though. We are gonna take another break here, obviously, but we'll have our semifinal matchup. As we said, I believe we're gonna be casting Lion Esports Club versus Team USA here in the semifinals.